Hello again, English user students. It's me, Oliver. Now we are in lesson 13 and 14. First, we will be talking about hanging out. Afterwards, we will discuss what people are doing. By the end of this first lesson, you will be able to talk about places in a city and ask for and give directions. Here are some examples of places in a city. A bakery, a restaurant, a bank, a supermarket, a bookstore, a university, a cafe, a hospital, a church, a gym, a movie theater, a gas station, a library, a pharmacy. What can you do there? Well, I can drink a cup of coffee at the cafe. I can read a book at the bookstore. I can watch a film at the movie theater. I can go grocery shopping at the supermarket. I can work out at the gym. Now, let's talk about questions with there is or there are. We can use this when talking about different places in a city. Listen to some examples. Pay attention to the article that is used. For these examples, listen for a, any, or some, for example. Is there a cafe around here? Yes, there is. There's one over there. Or, no, there isn't, but there is one in the next area. Are there any banks nearby? Yes, there are. There are 2 of them. Or, no, there aren't, but there are some downtown. What buildings do you have in your neighborhood? Is there a bookstore? Are there any banks? Is there a cafe? Are there any schools? Okay. We have been talking about different places, but how do we talk about where we are on a place, or at a place, or in, behind, or near one? These are examples of prepositions of place, and they are very common in our communication. Some examples of prepositions include on, at, in, behind, in front of, near, close to, across from, opposite, between, on the corner of, and next to. What do they look like in sentences? The church is between the gym and the pharmacy. The church is in front of the 2 streets. The supermarket is across from my house. The bank is behind the hospital. The cinema is on Main Street. The cafe is in the mall. Now that you know some of the different prepositions and places in a city, what do you do if you get lost? Here are some directions you can follow. Walk up the street. Walk down the street. Those 2 sentences are often interchangeable. They mean the same thing. Turn right on the street. Turn left on the street. Turn left at the place. Turn right at the place. It's on the right. It's on the left. Go north. Go south, go east, go west, walk 3 blocks, then go right. What can you ask if you need help? Could you help me? Could you help me find the cinema? Could you tell me how I can get to the school? Could you tell me how to get to the shop? Someone might ask you, are you lost? May I help you? And once they have given you clear directions to where you need to go, they might say, oh, it's right there. You can't miss it. So, we have learned about different places in a city, as well as how to give and ask for directions. If you ever get lost somewhere that speaks English, you will be prepared. Now, let's turn to lesson 14. What are they doing? You will be able to talk about what people are doing and compare what people are doing now to what they usually do. First, what do you do for fun? Some people read comic books. Some people have picnics. Some people play sports or play with their friends. And others ride their bikes. Here are some sentences with other activities that people can do. She cleans the house. He makes lunch. We look for something. I talk to a friend. They talk on the phone. We play video games. She chats with her friends. You think it rains. Do you know what verb tense these sentences were in? The simple present. What if we wanted to put them in the present continuous? They would become something like, she is cleaning the house, or he is making lunch. The present continuous talks about what people are doing, usually right now. We form it by using the correct form of the verb to be according to the subject. For example, I am, we are, plus the verb with ing, running, eating, playing. Let's compare these sentences in the affirmative and the negative. Here are some examples. I am working at a school. I am not working at a cafeteria. He is studying French. He isn't studying Russian. We are living in an apartment. We aren't living in a big house. How about when we want to ask questions? Are you living in the same apartment? Yes, I am. Or, no, I am not. Is he studying French? Yes, he is. Or, no, he isn't. Is it raining? Yes, it is. Or, no, it isn't. Pay attention to the contractions that we use. Is not becomes isn't. He is becomes he's. Now, let's add some question words to these sentences. What are you doing these days? I am working at a school. What are they watching on TV? They are watching a movie. Where are you going? I am going to the mall. Where is he studying? He is studying at the University of Ottawa. Who is she talking to? She is talking to her best friend. Here is a question for you. What is the difference between I eat cake and I am eating cake? Right, one describes what I usually do, I eat cake, and the other explains what I am doing right now, I am eating cake. This is one of the major differences between the simple present and the present continuous. Let's compare the two one more time. The simple present, this tense is the present tense of a verb. We use the simple present to talk about routines, things that are generally true or permanent situations. It is common to use frequency expressions in this tense. Always, sometimes, often, for example. Here are some examples of sentences. I always eat junk food. I hardly ever see them. I run every day. I go to school in the morning. I never listen to music. Now, the present continuous. This tense is the present form of the verb to be plus the verb ending in ing. We use the present continuous to talk about things happening right now or around now and temporary situations. Here are some examples. These days, I am eating more vegetables. I am hanging out with friends now. We are going to the cinema. I am listening to my favorite music. For today, I'm walking the dog. What kind of tenses would you use to answer the following questions? Take a second to think after I give each one. What is something that you do every day? Simple present is best here. You are talking about a routine. Next question. What is your brother doing at this moment? Present continuous is best for your answer here. We're talking about right now. Next question. Do you always go to the gym? This one's simple present. It's a routine. Always. Last question. What is he doing right now? Present continuous works best here. Great job. All right, English user students, we have just finished looking at the different ways that we can talk about what people are doing now and what they usually do. Don't forget to practice these new skills so that you don't forget them. See you in the next lesson and good luck. Goodbye.